making that purez for as far as just not only music but everything I do, the paintings, the everything I touch. That's why I say, I got the gold, everything I touch gold King Midas. That's some real shit. That's not for me like talking a whole bunch of bullshit. That's actually me representing and claiming my work. So I didn't even know, like, for Thanksgiving I had a cookie sale and it did very well. For the first time ever, I got like, what I get, like $60, something like that. For Christmas, the holiday cookie sale, I got way more money than that. Not like fucking like thousands or hundreds or anything like, but I got like at least double that. You know what I mean? And I was just so surprised. I was like, wow, like that's what made the wheels in my head turn and made me like figure it out. Okay, like what am I gonna do?
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Cerbavelli, back in the place to be, La America Superior, Palace 81 Studios. We live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. Nine Times. It is New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. Shit in the closet. I get so OCDs about it, bruh. New Year's Eve, dog. It's a new year. Tomorrow, but I kind of just like, I already did kind of a live earlier. If you guys want to check out my Instagram, I talk more in depth about what's going on with me. But basically, I did a lot this year. I thank God I was able to do the things I wanted to do. And I have it's not a vision board, because a vision board is more like where you see yourself. I'm going to be in Cabo. I'm going to be in fucking France and all this shit. But it's really just like actually, I don't even want you guys looking at it's basically the rollout for the year. So every year I get the music ready for the year and people are throwing fireworks and all. Guy, you're really early, bruh. The new year ain't for another like 5 hours, so chill the fuck out, B. You know what I mean? I got some real fireworks here that'll, make the fire work, you know what I mean? We don't have M80s, homies got 380s, you know what I mean? So anyway, New Year's Eve, just real thankful that I was able to do everything. I plan every year out, so that's one thing I got to do maybe today or tomorrow. I'm just so fucking convoluted with everything. Busy's a fucking easier word, but more so it's just like I got to fucking do this, I got to do that, you know what I mean? So when I have the time, I'm going to do it, but basically there's maybe like 2 albums that I've been carrying over from year to year. The Dog on Riverside Drive 3 and maybe like another album. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. I'm not one of those, and it's funny because Starker, shout out to Starker USA. Everybody knows. Loot Takers Dynasty. That's the homies. He was saying, when he plans shit, he said something about, because I asked him, how do you plan your releases? And he was like, the more I plan it out, the more, he said something to the effect of like, he doesn't like it or something like that versus it's just organic. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I mean, no shit, I know what it means. Like, okay, well, whenever he feels like dropping an album, I get that. But me, I'm more so, I have to plan it out. At least some part of the way. Like I have like I'm working on albums now for next year. So I'm planning it out. Okay, like for me to release this album, I gotta make a song every day, every week, every whatever, right? However the schedule's supposed to work, there's a fucking a chain order that is supposed to follow through, right? For 2023, I got everything done and then some. You know what I mean? I wanted to drop an album every month, and I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I did it. They were full fledged albums, but a lot of them were EPs and a lot of them were beat tapes. I dropped 3 albums: A Love Superior, Valentine's; Green Light 3, that was in September; and then A Painter's Paradise, which was December 1st. That was dedicated to my cousin Jaime and to Fendi Pendergrass, rest in peace. And that be the thing, you know what I mean? This was one of the years where I didn't lose anybody super close to me, you know what I mean? We lost Fendi Pendergrass, but I didn't lose, like, it wasn't like Raul where I lost one of my best friends. It wasn't like Ian. It wasn't like Josh. It wasn't like my cousin Jaime. It wasn't like both of my grandparents, grandpas, I should say, Guadalupe and Ignacio. It was, we lost Fendi, and how I look at it, bruh, is like God. God's seeing everything, bruh. Like Dick Gregory said, you don't think God knows that your bills are due? So I'm a really big believer in that. God is looking out for you always, even if you don't know, even if you don't want to know, or whatever. He's watching over you for better, for worse, and you just gotta kind of keep that in mind. Going back to this year was crazy, bruh. I really gotta say, like, artistically and everything like that, I definitely got out of my comfort zone, experimented more, and this 23 was really the year where I could just wholeheartedly say I did everything I wanted to do and more, and I'm super proud of myself. I'm super proud of the people around me. I got the pretty much the shit in the air clear with Chava Styles. Like, I'm going into the new year. I set it up so everything in the new year, I could just be fully immersed in my blessings. And I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like that's the number one important thing, to take care of your mental, physical, spiritual well-being, but also, like, just be ready to receive your gifts, because a lot of people, I don't know how they live, but I feel like a lot of people are surviving. They're not living. There's a difference between surviving and living. I'm definitely living. I was surviving for a long fucking time out here, bruh. And to be in that survival mode, it fucking sucks, to be depressed, to be grieving about shit. Now, granted, not everybody can afford the luxury. Everyone is on different paths, and that's okay. My path is not going to be your path, but hopefully you're going to be where I'm at some point, because I've been in some fucking bullshit, right? I've grieved over close friends, family members. I've done the shadow work. I've gotten the short end of karmic cycles and things of that nature. And that's great, you know what I mean? Because now 24, I really wholeheartedly feel like now I'm going to manifest greater things. 23, it was like all about, I got really into the gun bars. 24, I kind of want to change that. I want to add another dimension to myself, because before 23, I didn't really talk about guns that much. It was more so like other shit. And 23, I really noticed that, every song I'm talking about a cuete somewhere, and I'm cool with that, right? But there's definitely gonna be newer ideas and content that I'm gonna be coming out in 24. And 24, what is that, Kobe? Like, that's Kobe's year. I'm definitely gonna be balling. I'm definitely gonna be shooting threes on motherfuckers, and I can't wait, man. I'm definitely in my bag. I'm gonna be in my bag for sure. I want to take this time real quick to shout out everybody I met this year: Blind Owl, Looney, JBL. I reconnected with Historian, and I hope he's doing well, man. Historian, if you're out there, if you're listening to this, bruh, you're definitely missed. and I just pray God favors nothing but fortune for you. I reconnected with Chava Styles. So I want to shout out. Everybody, man. I don't know if I miss anybody. Looney, Blind Al, JBL. That's pretty much the team. Those are the guys right there, man. DTO. We really got cool this year. Shout out Don Jesse, MC Rules, especially Abe the Freak. Out of all them, for sure, Abe the Freak. Like I feel like out of all them, they really like. Abe really likes my music and shit. At least in my opinion. They could all fuck with my music anyway, but it's just like real recognize real. I'm really somebody that's like really energy based. Like if I really don't fuck with you, I'm not gonna be around you. I'm not one of these two-faced fuckface assholes that's just gonna be around to be around. No, I'm really gonna be trying to be around the best energy I could be for me and for you too. Like that's selfish of me to be around you when I don't really fuck with you. And I hope people really understand that, there's some people that just want to be around you to be around you and they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care what you got going on. And that's fine, but just get the fuck away from me. And I feel like people have gotten the hint, and the people that it's a two-way street with showing the love and the respect is definitely, it shows. So shout out all the homies out there, man, especially the homie NC. We've been talking more, and he's going to be busy real soon. So I definitely want to take full advantage of the work that we're going to be doing. We're going to give you guys in 24. I have a lot of things planned for 24. Trust me, like 23, it's so crazy how I forgot. I think I said this on. Shout out Advis too. Advis, I told him all like that. The Green Light 3 album was everything up to this point. That's what Green Light 3 is. It's everything. My production, my rapping, my writing, everything. Green Light 3 is a showcase of everything up until that point. 24 is literally gonna be. I've set everything up for 24, so now 24 is just knocking them down. I set them up all 23, 24, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to be knocking everything out of the park for sure, because that's how I planned it out, going back to planning things out. A lot of people do not plan their shit out. A lot of people are surviving. They're not living. That's okay. But me, I'm really like, I got to go. I got to do something. What's crazy is I sell cookies, right? Real cookies, not no weed. You know what I mean? Like real chocolate chip cookies. I also sell banana bread. So if you're like local and shit and you want to get some orders in, just fucking tell a friend, man, because I'm really making that boot ass as far as just not only music, but everything I do, the paintings, everything I touch. That's why I say, I got the gold, everything I touch, gold King Midas. That's some real shit. That's not for me like talking a whole bunch of bullshit. That's actually me representing and claiming my work. So I didn't even know, like for Thanksgiving, I had a cookie sale and it did very well. For the first time ever, I got like, I get like $60, something like that. For Christmas, the holiday cookie sale, I got way more money than that. Not like fucking like thousands or hundreds or anything like, but I got like at least double that. You know what I mean? And I was just so surprised. I was like, wow, like that's what made the wheels in my head turn and made me like figure it out. Okay, like what am I gonna do in the meantime? Because now not everybody's gonna be able to afford fucking cookies and shit, desserts all the time. Like I understand it. If I just wanted to eat some cookies, I wouldn't pay the price I'm charging people. I would just go and get Chips Ahoy. But there's always going to be markets for people out there. And especially with me, if you ever want like the homie discount, you just let me know, bro. Like, I'm really somebody, you don't get what is it? I think there's a saying that you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. I'm totally like that, bro. Like, I'm going to talk with you. And if we could get an understanding and we could build, then I'm with that. You know what I mean? Being on a subscription type basis is a lot better than just like a one-off for me. Like if I could Like if I know that you're a returning customer and you're a loyal customer, I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to be one of these people that is just like business is business. But I understand that business is business. But with me, it's kind of like I value my customers even more. And like in my mind, there's like a rewards program. Okay, you've been loyal for this long, so you get this. You've been loyal for that long, you get that. At least that's how I try to make it. You know what I mean? And going into that, there's producers out there that all they care about is money, which is fine. If you want to make a living off of selling beats or rhymes or whatever it is, that's fine. The only corny shit I don't really like is when people say, "Oh, well, I'm doing a song with this one, so fucking my price is going up and all that shit." It's just like, just let me know that just let me know your price or whatever, because I'm more than likely gonna decline it anyway. I've said this before, I'm not in the market for buying beats. I'm in the market for building with producers. If you don't want to do that, that's cool. You could sell your beats or whatever like that. But it's like I said, going back to the one-offs versus subscriptions. If you have a steady, loyal customer that gives you, let's just say, a dub a week, that's going to take you further than somebody paying you $200 for a beat and not buying from you again because they know they got to drop $200 in this economy, in this day and age with the inflation and everything that's happening right now. I just dropped $100 on chocolates last week. I just dropped $100 on fucking socks and underwear. Like shit is really going. People are really got to think very strategically about the way they spend their money. And guess what? Looking back on some of the things I bought, whether it be fucking clothes, whether it be whatever, it was fucking silly. It was a silly purchase. But guess what? That's how you learn. So with me going out here, I'm already thinking about the future and I'm already planning it out, right? So with this one particular producer in mind, it's no hard feelings, but it's just I just think it's corny when producers come out and be like, "Oh, well, I work with this, I work with that, so we fucking, I gotta charge you this amount." It's like, that's corny, bro. Cause I really don't want to buy a beat off you. I want to work with you. Like producers swear like if I'm rapping for free, I'm definitely not rapping for free, bro. I'm rapping for my soul. You can't put a price. I think I told this to NC. You can't put a price on the shit I make because if it was really down to it, I charge you 5 G's. And I'm not fucking around. Look at my face. I'm not fucking around when I say that shit. You're going to come out of your pocket, especially a label if they want to fuck with me. Oh, yeah. Five stacks and then like another like 15% off the back end of whatever the deal is going to be, because there's no way you're going to get a one-time fee off of me and think that's going to be cool. It's really not. Like, I'm going to need residuals. I'm going to need royalties. I'm going to need passive amounts of income from what I write from the heart. You know what I mean? I totally understand everybody's hustle. I don't mean to knock anybody's hustle. If that's what you want to do, that's great. Some of the things, business practices other people do, it's not for me. And not everyone is going to do the same thing. And if we can understand that and not step on each other's toes, that's great. I don't mean to offend anybody when I say, you know how I get when I'm passionate, guys. So I just don't want to rub anybody the wrong way. Got a few things. I actually got a lot of things in here. I didn't think I was going to be talking for this long, but I like this. You know what I mean? I really don't like going on my phone and talking about topics. I like just letting the conversation flow because this is a mano thing. Another thing with this year, it was like I did, I don't know how many fucking podcast episodes, but while we are 2 years into the podcast, this is episode 143, guys. That's a lot of I just had fucking carne asada taco. I don't know how that looked right there. It probably looked wacky, but my apologies. A lot of podcast episodes. I don't do this because it's fucking cool. I don't do this for views. I don't do this to create controversy because it gets me clicks and all that. I do this because it's really therapeutic. I don't want to This is like, you know, when the fucking was that fucking Martian Man? What was that movie where he just vlogged his days on Earth and shit? That's me. I'm just vlogging my days on Earth. I'm telling you guys my perspective, and I love the holidays because it really brings me into like an introspective instead of like this talking shit kind of conversation. But going to the podcast, man, I want to thank each and every listener out there, whether you saw it for 2 seconds, clicked on it, told a friend, especially if you told a friend, especially if you watched it all the way to the end. Shout out JPL, my dog. He be watching my podcast episodes. He be loving it. So that's who I do it for. I remember when I would barely get like 1-2 views on podcasts. Now on my podcast episodes, I'm getting somewhere like 15 in views like that and shit, and I love it. I really love engaging. I really love building the audience like that, you know, and especially on my YouTube channel. This year I try to monetize. They deny me because of fucking reusing content. That's the biggest bullshit of all time. But even if you clicked on, you know, I posted Starker, Makami, whoever it is, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming onto my channel and liking and viewing all of the content that I have. Another thing is a lot of people like my live performance, and I didn't even think, I thought like people were gonna be like, who the fuck is this fool? But people really liked my performance, and I'm like, dope. One comment that fucking like got me, that really had me, was this fool was like, yo, you gotta perform Special Forces. And I was like, wow, bro, that's like one album. That's like one of my either like slept on albums or it's, to be honest, Special Forces is an album I don't really like. Not that I don't really like the album, but it was just like the whole process of making it and all that. And shout out to the Jamma, but like just the way the whole album came out, I just left a really like sour taste in my you know, whatever. Pause. But I don't know if I spoke on that. I don't know if I will. I don't know. Maybe if people want me to address it later, I will. But basically, I took that album down, and I'm probably not gonna ever perform it again. Not any of the tracks. Not Macarena. I performed that song like the whole year. And I never performed. I never performed Special Forces, Fuerzas Especiales. 9. There's one more song. Draco Carbon Fire, and I think that's only like 4 tracks, right? So I'm really appreciative of everybody that has engaged with my YouTube, with everything, just specifically on YouTube. I never fucking thought we would get to this point to where people really dig my channel, and I've gotten like over 100,000 views and shit like that, and that might not seem like shit for these other fucking big Logan Pauls and what's that dude Andrew Tates and all that, but I don't put myself out there to put myself out there in that way. I just really want to put out what I like, and if you like it, then we're like on the SS Cerbavelli, like, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that to the fullest. I'm just a fucking, I'm from a city where no one wants to represent. I'm from Ontario, bruh. There's like literally 3 rappers I could name, including me. Me, Grinch, and Young Rest. I don't even know if those guys are making music anymore. I'm like the only active rapper out here in Ontario, and I want to be that voice for all the other artists that are coming out here that want to rap, want to produce, and want to come out of places that are not represented. Like, because LA, bro, everyone's from LA, bruh. We could go on for days and days and days about all the rappers from LA, but you know what I really like? I really like the rappers. Holy shit, I shook the whole shit up with this thing. What I really like is rappers that come from places that aren't really well known. Sugar Free, Pomona. Wasn't Fora from Pomona? Like, that's the crazy shit. There's a lot of Sublime, Long Beach. They're not really rap, but you get what I mean. I love the artists that represent places that they're really from and they really grew up. Like I really grew up here, but I also grew up. I pretty much primarily grew up in LA County, but as of like my later teens, I grew up here, Southeast Ontario. That's why when I say I'm from the South Side, I hope nobody out there like gets it misconstrued that I'm trying to rep like Sureño or whatever. Like I'm like from like when 50 screams out South Side, like that's where he's from. Like coming from where I'm from, like I'm from Southeast Ontario, bro. Like you can never take that away from me. Like I'm always gonna be representing when like now it's like modern day suburbia, but when I was coming up here, it was like cow country. It still smells like cow shit. You know, when I was going to the high school over here, there was literally a fence away from like cows and shit. You could see the cows while you were stretching and shit like that. So Ontario, man, is really slept on. Beautiful girls over here. A lot of beautiful mommies here. Yeah. And people don't like it because it smells like shit. But you know what? You could suck my dick. Because I think this is one of the best cities ever. I would never live anywhere else. I don't really like LA, the city, LA County in general. I don't really like it. And then even going east, like, you know, SB, Rialto, Fontana, and all that, I can't really get jiggy with it, bruh. I'm really like an Ontario native, and I stamp that. And everybody else who wants to like claim the city now, like out of nowhere, people want to jump out the bushes and see what's up with Ontario. It's like, it's kind of lame. You know what I mean? A lot of outsider shit going on. A lot of people just being in the city without trying to give back to the people from the city. And I'm not saying I'm not saying no one's doing that. I'm just saying, from my perspective, it's a lot more receiving than giving. You know what I mean? Pause. So yeah, I want to shout out everybody again. Shout out everybody. Fucking shout out everybody. How about that? Okay, so last episode I was talking about this one drill rapper chick, and I found out who she is. Her name is Lord Len. I don't want to sneak this anybody or anything. So this chick, when I seen her, she's relatively low key. This song, What's Tea, is like her most famous fucking thing, right? Yeah, 100K views on YouTube, but I think I found her on IG. Definitely found her on IG maybe like a month or two ago. Or no, actually no, fairly recently, like probably like more like a month ago, but it's called What's Tea. And she seems like a nice, sweet, you know, white chick. She's kind of cute. Not my cup of horchata, if you know what I'm saying. I primarily like Mexicanas, Spanish women, or black girls. Oh my god. So this song's called What's Tea? Okay, so how I feel about real masculine energy giving chicks, it really gives off, it's really giving lesbian. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I don't want nobody to come after me from the LGBTQG 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't need nobody to shut down my podcast. I'm barely getting this shit off of the fucking ground. I don't need nobody to try to snipe my shit over some bullshit, which is, I mean, I think I've already rested my case that I have gay family members and shit around me that are still in the closet because of our culture. You know what I mean? They don't, especially with our family, like you pretty much have to stay in the closet, and I respect people's decisions. I respect like whoever, whatever chips you eat don't really mean gotta do shit with me. You know what I mean? But anyway, me personally with this chick, Lord Len, I don't like this kind of fucking music. It's too fucking aggressive. It's somewhere between Tekashi 6ix9ine and Triple X, and no, it's actually more like a 6ix9ine and Pop Smoke had a baby to do this song, and she looks like the sweetest girl, and she's talking about snatching chains and shit like that. I'm not gonna judge anybody. She's from Florida, so maybe there is some validity to her aesthetic or whatever, but I can't get with this shit. When I think about this shit, I think about Danny Brown, where he was like smoking them ops. You know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck like that. She sounds like a pit bull. She sounds like a fucking pit bull, dog. Which is funny as fuck. If people like it, like I said, bro, if you like it, you like it, that's fine. Me personally, I just feel like she sounds like a pit bull. I would never bump this shit ever. Like I said before, I really like the Ice Spice drill shit because she brings like a cute, bouncy, like, to me, that her Ice Spice, her music and her aesthetic and all that, that's like real sexy to me. Like, I like that shit. You know what I mean? It's really believable. It's like, I could really dig that. This girl, on the other hand, I don't know if I believe this all the way. You know what I mean? The believability is not there for me. And that's what really sells for me, is like the believability, the look and everything, how it pieces up, the lyrics and all that. Like, Ice Spice really does feel like a chick from the Bronx. Like, maybe she's a half a thotty, but with like feelings and all that shit. That's really cool. It's like she's a multi-dimensionally layered artist with a great personality and a great look, and she got a nice ass and some I don't mean to be disrespectful like that, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? If it walks like a duck, got an ass like a duck, dog, it's a duck. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to bring that up. Drill is very, I don't like that aggressive drill. Like, like Danny Brown said, I don't like that shit. I like the vibe, the real, like, if it got a good bounce to it, a good vibe, you know what I mean? She liked the way that I dance. She liked the way that I move. She liked the way that I rock. She liked the way that I woo. You know what I mean? Like, that's hard. That's fucking, I could get, you know what I mean? Like, Pop Smoke, some of his shit really sounds like he'll ride on somebody, and I fuck with that. Like, his whole background and everything, like I said, going back to believability. So I really fuck with that. It just seems like drill sounds like a lifestyle type genre. You could look at your Chief Keefs, these bitches want so, and I know, and fucking with them. Like, it got a bop to it. Like, you know what I mean? You just like even when I first heard Chief Keef for the first time, I was blown away. I didn't even know music like that could exist because I was so used to like Odd Future and like Wu-Tang and like old school, and like the new school shit was just not like that. So when Chief Keef came out, it was like a fucking bomb going off for me, at least. I really love. Now, granted, I don't like all the Chief Keef shit, but definitely I Don't Like is probably like my favorite Keef song, and then Love Sosa is probably like my second favorite. G Herbo, I don't know why he changed his name to G Herbo. Lil Herb is fire to me. He was like the last Lil like rapper to have Lil in his name that like I thought had a fire name, like Lil Herb. Now all these fools are Lil Addy, Lil Adderall, Lil whatever, Lil, like there's never like Lil Perico, Lil Cuete. There's never like, back in the day it was like Lil Smoker, Lil Puppet. Now it's like the shit went backwards. Like, before it was like real, like, Little Stomper, some shit like that. Now it's like, I don't know. Now it's like fools just are like mean old fiends in their rapper names. What else do we have? Oh, I'm glad we didn't skip over this shit. I'm glad we did not skip over this. So I have this saved. It's a video of this guy talking about lyrical rappers and like, bro, you're not even saying anything. So I want to, and I've had this fucking TV on, so I hope you don't really hear the shit in the background, because I could definitely hear it. There we go. This is so this is Yeet. This is the guy, I'll do whatever I want. I get my money for fun, like Drake in the background, like whoever, like that song is fucking dog shit, by the way. No disrespect to him, I just don't like it.
They're not saying anything, like, bro, but like if you break down like what they're talking about, it's all bullshit. Like, there's way more bullshit. They're not saying anything. They're just rhyming schmiracle. And they just be fast, like they're thinking they good that fast. They're like billical, like saying bullshit.
Okay, first of all, that's not lyrical. That's just the flow. You're talking about the cadence. Now, when he said lyrical, whatever the fuck he just said right there, you're taking shots at Eminem, dog. That's really what it is. Or you might be talking shit about Starker, but bro, Starker will run laps around this Levi right here. And that's really some Levi shit, because all his homies and they're all laughing and shit, having...
Swear, like, they're like, oh,
This is why the OGs hate the new generation of rap, because we got fucking dummies like this guy. No offense, but you just sound like a dumbass, bruh. Because there's nothing bullshit about lyrics, like none whatsoever. Like even if you wanna talk about Eminem, like I don't even like his shit, but it's probably better than this. Like Eminem will get in these pockets that is just crazy, bruh. And yeah, maybe it sounds corny to you and all that shit, but guess what, bruh? I'm not bumping your shit. No disrespect to Yeet or whatever this fool. Is it right, Lil Yeet? It's like, what the fuck does that even mean, bruh? Like, fools just be naming themselves whatever, fool. Like, let me just name myself water. Let me name myself bottled water. A fucking rapper will come out and name themselves fucking microphone or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, where do these fools come up with these names? Because I got my name in the street. You know what I mean? Like, no, like I didn't name myself. Like, I got named, bruh. Like, fools, I always had a name. I had styled my hair. Granted, this is a long time ago. Like, when I was in middle school, I would always style my hair to like a fucking point, right? Fools would call me Rhino. Whatever. When I was doing the graffiti shit, I was Tons. Then I was Deco. Then I was Moscow for a week. Then I was Roic. Now I'm Serb. Then I was Serbs. I had a fucking dead that. I'm not openly writing that in the street, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know where people fucking name themselves from, but I guess people like what I really think is people, they just write random shit. Umbilical cord, fucking charger, glasses, fucking handstand, and they tear it up, they throw it in a fucking hat, they get that shit. Oh, I'm handstand, haha, I'm handstand now. My name is handstand. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't even know why I'm talking this much shit, but it sounds good, you know. Going back to the Lord Len shit, women rapping about guns. There's this chick. Her name is Caribou. Right now, I do like this chick. Does have like one good song, right? It was on her Instagram. But to be honest, she has like this awkward flow that I really don't like. I don't know. Let me just get a first reaction of like running. This shit called Running Late. Shout out Caribou. Concrete Girl. I don't know what that means. Okay, the beat sounds good. It sounds like some kind of like down southy, bouncy, trappy type shit. It's really offbeat. That's cool. Hey, she has Lil Yachty in her video. That's what's up. Actually, let me like listen to the whole shit. Came out a month ago, already got 1.5 million. I like this song. I never heard the song. This is a dope song. This is cool. She has her family there. Is that really Lil Yachty, or am I just like mistaking some dude that looks like Lil Yachty? So this was fire. Let me see. Was that really Lil Yachty? It did look like it. Oh yeah, definitely the painted nails and shit. That's a big one that a lot of rappers are doing. Painted nails, great. Now fools are into acrylics. Um, okay, so the flow, I would not be able to listen to that all fucking day. I'm just not. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But I definitely really like what she's doing. I'm not gonna be doing this every podcast where I'm gonna review. If you think I'm gonna review your music, I'm not. This is just shit that this was a good song, right? The flow's real, offbeat, kind of almost lazy. I get it. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's just not my cup of tea. Going back to the Yeet shit, you don't have to be super lyrical miracle and all that bullshit he just said. Well, he said, but at least make it a vibe. Now get it. Everybody got a different vibe. I'm just not gonna vibe with his shit. There's this one new chick. I think it's called. Her name is Anicia, right? Her and Caribou just did a song. Let me listen to this real quick, cause they kind of do have the same flow, like where it's like boring. This Anicia chick definitely cute. This is actually a pretty not song is actually not that bad. Damn, Molly, Addy, and shrooms. That's pretty fucking gnarly. That's like a hippie speedball. That's cool. This is another cool track. Or where are they from? Are they from the same place? I would love to do a fucking God's Hour episode with these girls. That's cool. I really didn't like her fucking freestyle though. Caribou's freestyle. This shit was just fuck, really. Let me play this shit real quick. Just real quick. Cause I know I'm not saying anything for you people that's not listening to the fucking music and seeing the shit like I am. I wish I had the screens. Maybe in another fucking rendition of the podcast. Come on, man, load this shit. I love the sample. This is the mock sample. I don't know. Maybe I need to hear the official version. But basically, shit is cool. Shit is whatever. Like I said, I'm not gonna go and fucking listen to these girls. But it's just some shit. Like, if I had a girl that liked this shit and played this shit, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be like, turn that shit off. It'd be tolerable. Now, for chicks that are trying to bump Justin Bieber and all that other fucking whatever shit, I don't know. I don't think I would like it at all. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I saw this old meme years ago, but it was like motherfuckers bench 350 just to get hit with this 40 or some shit like that. I put motherfuckers bench 350 just to get hit with a hollow head. That's very true, bro. Motherfuckers ain't fighting no more. Random. Yeah, man. Maybe I might save some of this shit for another podcast. But basically, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? It's a new year. I hope everybody has some sort of revolutions on what the fuck they want to do in 24 and what else they seek to accomplish with their goals. Please, everybody, write your goals down. Please follow your dreams and your passions. The message of the day is things are not going to change unless you make those changes, unless you work for it, unless you put the work in. Like, you're not just going to sit the fuck around and fucking wait for shit to change. No, bro, you got to get up and make these changes, man. It could be hard. It could be challenging sometimes. Shit could be in your way, but that's all right, man. Baby steps. As long as you're trying to proactively, like I said, going back to proactive, as long as you're out here trying to actively engage with some sort of, being uncomfortable, being in situations that are unfamiliar. Comfortability is the enemy of, being comfortable is like the enemy of like a lot of shit, right? But like in this instance, being comfortable is not going to get you anywhere. Being uncomfortable, putting yourself out there, going in these spaces and trying something new is what you really want to do, guys. Message of the day is shout out to the battle rapper Jims, without change, nothing changes, or something like that. Protect your peace. He's fucking awesome. I haven't seen a Jim's blog in a while, but I'm gonna have to, because some of his messages be way better than mine. Like, mine's be bare bones. He be getting like all the way in depth. And with that, enjoy your happy new year. Don't get too fucked up. You know what I mean? I want to thank everybody. Shout out to everybody for listening. I thank you. God is the greatest, and this is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wear the Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.